Okay, now we are going to see what helps us to determine whether chemical reaction has taken place. Now, there are several parameters with which we can say that chemical reaction has taken place or not. So, first, such a parameter would be change in state. Change in state. So if there is a change in state of the initial substance, then we can say that a chemical reaction may have taken place. For example, burning of wax. Burning of wax. We must remember this concept that all of these burning reaction or combustion reaction takes place in air. That means oxygen is required. So the substance combines with oxygen to form product. Mostly these products are oxide. So in this case, wax, it is solid or maybe liquid, burns in oxygen and forms carbon dioxide, some amount of water, heat, etc. So these are the major products, carbon dioxide and water, which is formed in this reaction. So from solid to carbon dioxide is gas. So there is a change of state, or we may also say that if wax is liquid, then from liquid to gas. So there is change in state taking place in this reaction. So whenever there is change in state, then we may say that chemical reaction has taken place. The second parameter is change in color. We have already seen this in previous examples where lead nitrate uh, combines with potassium iodide to form lead iodide, and we have already seen this, that lead iodide is yellow in color, whereas the initial substances lead nitrate and potassium iodide, they were transparent. So whenever there is change in color, so you can quote same example here, lead nitrate plus potassium iodide, it forms lead iodide plus potassium nitrate. Now this is transparent, this is also transparent, this is yellow in color, this is again transparent liquid. So there is change in color in this case, and the change in color indicates that some chemical reaction has taken place. Third parameter is evolution of gas. Again, we have seen this example where when zinc is added to either HCl or H2SO4, hydrogen gas evolves in that reaction. So we can again quote that example here also. So zinc, when reacts with HCl, it forms zinc chloride along with hydrogen gas, which evolves out of mixture. So you must be seeing that I am using this upward arrow sign in front of gases because they evolves out of the mixture. So for gases, for gaseous products, we use upward sign, upward arrow sign. Now, in these chemical reactions, we know that these are the initial substances and these are the final substances. Initial substance is transformed into new substance. So these initial substance or initial substances, they are called reactants. So in chemical reaction, initial substances are written left of this arrow sign, and the final substances is called product, which are written right to the arrow sign. Now there are several other parameters also which we can use to determine whether chemical reaction has taken place. So the next parameter is change in temperature. Change in temperature. If during reaction the temperature of reaction mixture increases or decreases, then we can say that something is happening inside that reaction mixture. That means there is some chemical reaction taking place inside it. So for example, the above example where zinc reacts with HCl, it forms zinc chloride as well as hydrogen gas along with evolution of heat. So heat also evolve in this reaction. It generates a lot of heat. So you can feel this heat. If you touch that boiling tube or test tube, you will feel that heat. It becomes very hot. The surface of that test tube becomes very hot. So this is again a parameter to determine whether chemical reaction has taken place or not. So you can again quote the same example here. One more parameter can be, we can say, let's say evolution or production of light. It's better to write evolution of light or even sound. So that burning of magnesium ribbon, it produces very bright light, or firecrackers also produces a very bright light. So that means some chemical reaction is taking place here. So if there is some evolution of light somewhere, if something is burning, definitely chemical reaction is taking place. If any sound comes out from reaction or from a substance, it also means some chemical reaction is taking place in that substance. For example, explosions, those explosives, they explode because of chemical reaction that takes place inside those explosives. So you can quote example of magnesium, burning of magnesium here, or explosion of firecrackers. So those examples you can quote over here. And so these are different parameters with which we can determine whether chemical reaction has taken place or not. In the next lecture, we will see what are chemical equations, and then we will see how to balance those chemical equations.